Today, it's kind of be just a hanging out stream, but more or less I figure, because round 3 of Game Awards is up, I figure why not just vote for it, get it done. This is the Players Voice the third round, so there's a few different things that we could go for here, honestly.
Sozo has played like one game on this list recently.
Recently, yeah, one of these games, and I intend to play one of them later. Because I've talked so much shit on Genshin Impact, people are probably gonna think, oh, well, you're obviously going to go for, like, Zenless Zone Zero or Wuthering Waves, just in spite of Genshin Impact.
Really?
Yeah, you know what, it can have it as well, for us, Cara. Yeah, Genshin fans can have it, it's fine. It's not like any of the other competitors need it.
Wow!
Let baby have their bottle, right?
Who's ready for Genshin versus Sonic all over again? Woo!
The only thing about Zenless Zone Zero I know is the pink chick has ass jiggle physics.
Not only that, the rat girl has 5 just jiggle physics. God damn it!
Can people just tell me what exactly has Genshin Impact done that is so great in comparison to the two? Well, I mean, Genshin Impact had a free 5-star this year. You mean to tell me the year that Honkai Star Rail released its own free 5-star? You mean to tell me the year Wuthering Waves came out, and with its come-up, they released also free 5 stars? You mean to tell me the year Honkai Star Rail, just not less than 3 weeks ago, came out with a free 5-star selector for people? You mean to tell me the year Zenless Zone Zero announced pretty much next week it's coming out with a free 5-star? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Take my vote. I don't care.
Yeah.
For the record, Nikkei gave out a new unit and a previously old unobtainable unit for free this year too. So
across the board for all of us involved, yeah, we don't need it.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got a few different ones to go through. Let's go, because Game of the Award is up top here. Let's go starting from the bottom, and then we'll go up top. Okay, so for the Game Awards Best Esports Team, we have Bilibili Gaming, Genji, Navi, T1, and Team Liquid. No, absolutely fuck all about these, because I don't actually give a fuck about esports. But why the fuck are there 3 League teams? And, like, 1 Dota 2 team and 1 Counter-Strike team? Like, didn't Overwatch...
Good question!
Also, it's not like these awards actually matter. This is just a 3 with filler.
Yeah. Honestly, just because, fuck League, I'm going with Counter-Strike.
Yeah!
Best esports game. For the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, content updates, irrespective of genre or platform.
Marvel Rivals.
I probably would put that as well.
Yeah,
Also,
same here.
Also, if any of you main Jeff, I'm going to dox you.
Okay, Smug, be honest. How many times have you lost to Jeff? Your silence is deafening.
Shut up.
That's the most offended I've heard that text-speech program ever sound.
See, the thing about it is, and this is why I don't really like voting for this, is all of these are not from this year. That's the thing. All of these are, like, from years ago. Some of these, I think, are over 10 years old.
Dota 2 is over 10 years old, I know that much. And obviously League as well.
League as
I mean,
well.
that's kind of tricky.
I don't know
Obviously, they all
fuck
get,
about
like,
this.
complete
Valorant is at least 5 years old.
I
Yeah.
think Counter-Strike was just the last couple of years. Like Counter-Strike 2 anyway, because I know Counter-Strike 1 is like 25 years old now at least.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the tricky thing. It's kind of like the ongoing games one, just because it's an online game and it's, played by a substantial number of people, it's still something that has like a big esports scene with it. It's one of those tricky ones where
genuinely,
honestly,
I'm just gonna go with Dota 2 just because it's Valve, and I like that company a lot more than Riot.
Fair. I mean, Valve's got 2 picks there, so either way.
Content Creator of the
Creator.
Year. For a streamer content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community of 2024. Not surprising anybody. Not surprising anybody.
Oh, you go Pecora! Of course you got your fucking Pecora! Of
Like,
course you got a
We
fucking
don't have
Pecora!
Scott the Was on this right now. It's not even a competition.
It's gonna be a competition between Queso and Pecora.
it's probably just gonna be Pecora.
I will be
Yeah.
perfectly honest. I have no idea who those other 4 are.
There we go. Most anticipated game, recognizing an announced game that has demonstratively illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. So Death
I'm
Stranding,
caught between you.
Ghost of Yotei, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime, and Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm gonna be honest, I think it
This is
is
a
gonna
tricky
be a fight between Ghost of Yotei and Grand Theft Auto 6.
Definitely. Like, for me, it's either GTA 6 or Metroid Prime 4, but that's just a personal thing. Like, it's going to be one of the, like, Yotei or GTA 6, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Wild, because I know Monster Hunter is quite big right now.
Mm.
Sozo being not interested in any of these is funny.
Fair. You know what?
Now here's the thing I will say about that. You're right, but fuck you. Next to that, real talk. I have been interested in Ghost of Tsushima, the series, because it's done by Sucker Punch. I love that studio. But I just have not had the money or the system to play it.
Yeah, like, I know that the director's cut of that is on PC, but I don't know if it goes on sale that much or what discounts would be. And Prime 4, I'm a big Metroid fan. So
I would
I'm just
like
really excited
Ghost of
see that
Yotei to
finally
win
get
this,
out.
but I think we all know it's Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I mean, have you
let's not
seen?
kid ourselves.
Yeah. Have you seen
It's
the
been
memes
anticipated
where it's
for
like,
11 years
we got
now.
this before GTA 6. Let's be
yeah. It's kind of hard to
GTA 5 things before GTA 6.
like GTA 5 came out over 10 years ago. It came out 2013. Yeah, that game has been sort of like, it's even in its lowest point, it is still like one of the most popular games.
It's literally the second best-selling game of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Behind Minecraft, no lie.
Best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, and Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. Where the fuck is Nier? Didn't that adaptation come out this year?
The anime adaptation?
Yeah. Like,
they don't be doing any anime stuff actually. It's weird.
I mean, it feels like, okay, let's look this up.
League of Legends would be good if it stopped being a MOBA.
I think the Lara Croft one is kind of in like the Castlevania Netflix series, like anime inspired more than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very heavily influenced by it, but it's like done by an American team mostly. Yeah, like Powerhouse.
Yeah, but it's still very like anime-esque kind of
very
series.
relevant. Yeah, like it's not.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about Fallout and Arcane, so I'd probably go for Fallout. I've not seen the Tomb Raider one, not so much of Knuckles. The Yakuza series is something that exists. So
From the animated series. Trying to find someone's father, the series. The Flames of Disaster!
featuring Knuckles from the Knuckles Make Chuckle series.
Yes!
This is very much a case of just like, if I was more interested in any of these, I probably would be more biased, but it's just like, I don't know, I feel like there could be like more you focus on here, but I don't know.
I mean, I guess adaptation. I think we're just going purely from adaptation perspective, then like Knuckles and Knucks are kind of out because they're not very good at adapting the source material. Can't speak for Tomb Raider, but I know Arcane and Fallout are, well, Arcane scene is like the best thing to come out of League, and Fallout's like been really praised for how well it captures Fallout's vibe and overall atmosphere and appeal. All
right, I'm just gonna say, considering the Game Awards and sort of the bias, it probably is gonna be Fallout because Fallout does have more of a tie to sort of the American culture regarding sort of the war and nuclear fallout. I'm just thinking it's just like Because Arcane, I 100% believe, even without seeing, yeah, it's a good story, but also, it looks very cartoonish. That's the biggest thing. And like a Dragon Yakuza, yeah, it has, like, real people and real actors, sure, but it also is, and let's be real here, it's Asian. Again, it's just like, no really disrespect to anything here, but at the same time, you also have to understand where the cards lie.
I disagree, Obsidian. Arcane uses literal League lore, it's just never been a focal point. They created barely anything.
Smug, I said Arcane was good. You don't need to justify it to me.
For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. Okay, so, normally, I would absolutely say I would want Tekken 8 to win. However, that's just not the case. Tekken 8's online is pretty damn pathetic. I'm gonna be real. Visually, top notch. Like, you go to that online lobby, it looks fucking beautiful. But in practice, it is sad. Like, if you want to set up an online lobby with you and your friends and whatnot, you have to go, like, old school of just waiting list and spectating. That's kind of it. And even then, it's just like, if it's a bitch and a half right now to actually find people that you're friends with and link up with them and everything. It's not that great. Fuck Black Ops. I don't think anybody is gonna vote for that. Super Mario Party Jamboree will probably have a way because it's Mario, it's Nintendo. Warhammer 40k, I didn't know.
It would have to be Mario Jamboree for me. There's a ton of content, and online Mario Party with the buddies is great.
Yeah,
I think like
I saw people play Mario Party Jamboree. It was fun.
Even though what you said, Sozo, it's probably gonna be between like Tekken, Helldivers, and maybe Mario Party. Like, I don't see War on the top winning that. To be honest, like shock of all shocks.
I have to agree. But personally, so, I do have to. I'm personally, and this is where I've kind of been voting more or less for in terms of the favor of like the Game Awards. I gotta go with Helldivers 2. Like, I will just say it, it's not the devs' fault they got fucked over by Sony. It's like, because that's the biggest thing that was shooting them in the foot, is like Sony's bullshit practices regarding multiplayer on the games and everything. Like, Helldivers 2, if it wasn't for that, I feel like Helldivers 2, if it wasn't for that, would have won.
After like the whole shit show with like Shadow of the Erdtree, imagine if Concord was on this for best multiplayer.
Oh man.
Imagine that. That would have been a funny honest.
I'm not voting for fucking Concord if it's got nominated. Fuck that!
Oh man, it's just...
I know, it's just it would be funny.
Imagine Concord as Game of the Year. Bitch, that didn't even last, what, a month? If that.
It lasted less than 1/12 of the year. It lasted 24th of the year, in fact. If you want to be generous.
Best sports racing for best traditional, non-traditional sports and racing game. Don't give a fuck about any of these.
Yeah.
You guys like poker?
You talking about Blatro?
Or is this an innuendo?
Poker? I barely know her.
Smug comes in. How about you let me do my own fucking jokes once in a while, huh?
Waka waka.
I don't know. I don't care about any of these, though. That's the thing. It's like...
Flip a coin.
Here's the third option. Move on.
Buddy, this is an award they give in the pre-show. That's how little it matters.
Yeah. Best sim and or strategy. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based strategy gameplay irrespective platform. They don't have Metaphor on here.
God damn it!
And considering their bias towards games that are ongoing, they also don't have games like Honkai Star Rail on here.
Isn't Metaphor an RPG? Why would it be in the strategy?
It's
the best strategy or sim?
Real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay.
Unicorn Overlord? Absolutely.
More RTS. I think it means more like RTS style or stuff like that, you know, like...
I don't care about any of these, but at the same time, Frostpunk 2, there was
I've never heard of that
Frostpunk 1. That's my answer to that. Age
of
Mythology...
name, so I can give it that much.
Age of Mythology, Kunitsugami, Manor Lords. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go with Unicorn Overlord. I don't care. Best family.
Game!
Okay, this one, it's either Astrobot, Nintendo, or the Plucky Squire. Honestly, it's probably gonna be Nintendo, but I'm gonna honestly stick it out here for Astrobot.
I just, to be honest, it's yeah. I've only started playing Echoes of Wisdom recently, so I can't really say for that one, but yeah, Astrobot's like a... I mean, it's Mario Galaxy 3
Astrobot
basically,
is
so
a
of course it should be
definite
there.
love letter to all things Sony games.
Sony bet on the wrong horse.
And
Yeah.
I love this horse came out of the stables right as the old one died.
And here's the
It
thing,
was the
too.
same
It's
day.
just, and here's the thing, too. It's just like... I mean, I know Nintendo makes a bunch of family-friendly games and all, but... I mean, come on. Like, how many fucking awards do they win off of these shows? Just give someone else a turn.
Alright, best fighting game.
Best fighting game. This is my area. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat.
Sony is still trying
First
to
off,
make
number
Horizon
4.
a
Fuck
thing,
outta
like
here.
it's their flagship. It's just sad at this point.
Okay, so this is my era. So Dragon Ball Sparking Zero,
Isn't it no
Grand Blue
fighting
Fantasy vs. Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Multiverses, and Tekken 8. Alright. Do not know why Marvel vs. Capcom Multiverses are out. Now, I know MVC, the collection, came out this year. However, those are a bunch of games from years ago. Don't really think that's fair.
Yeah, that's a weird choice.
Yeah. And
Was it
Multiverses,
Was it
like...
out this year? Like,
Here's the thing. Multiverses won
did not
Game
release
of
that
the Year.
Genjutsu kind-
Not Game of the Year, but it won
Sure, it
Best
was not
Fighting
last year.
Award. I think for a while. It won an award, though. It definitely won an award, so it's just like, I feel like that's a middle finger. Tekken 8 is... I mean, it's fun, but at the same time, in the state the game is currently, I cannot vouch for it. So for me personally, it's got, like, it's either Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising or Sparking Zero. That is the two I think are the best. Like, Grand Blue Fantasy
Sparking Zero
versus...
is more of an arena fighter as well. Like, it is more of like a Dragon Ball simulator with, you know, definitely has depth to it, but it's not like, you know, Dragon Ball Fighters level or even like Budokai 3 or something like that.
Yeah, but also, again, it's got IP privilege. Where, yeah, you can absolutely say, like, you know, Grand Blue Fantasy and Dragon Ball Sparking both have IP privilege, but here's the thing. What do people think of when they think of Grand Blue Fantasy? Do they think of the gacha game, or do they think of the fighting games?
I mean, I think of the
fighting
I think
games.
of the actual fighting games. Like,
Yeah. Like,
I'll be honest, when I first heard of it, I thought it was an original IP. That's
Yeah.
how little I know about the fucking gacha side.
yeah, and meanwhile, Dragon Ball is a mainstay in pop culture when it comes to anime, and the base went fucking ballistic when Sparking Zero finally released. Dude, Sayu, big time VTuber, big time fan of Dragon Ball, was just absolutely losing his goddamn mind over this game.
What was it, like 3 million copies in like the first week or that? Like,
I 100% believe it, and honestly, I'm a little
People
surprised
fucking love
it
Dragon
isn't higher. But yeah, it is. I
That-
gotta
yeah,
say,
like-
I have to say Sparking Zero simply because, like, I imagine, yeah,
I
Grand
will-
Blue Fantasy
I think
vs.
that's-
Rising,
yeah, you
probably a
can-
great game. I think one of the only reasons it got big was because they collabed with Nier Automata for 2B. Like, I
Yeah,
know it was a
like-
big game, but that was what sort of put it into the eyes of the popular crowd, I think. So I have to say Sparking Zero.
yeah.
And another
Not played
reason
enough
why
Tekken 8,
Grand Blue
would've-
Fantasy Versus got popular is because they got Iron Mouse to voice a character in it.
That too. That absolutely. But yeah, I don't know why Marvel vs. Capcom
Fair.
is on here. I don't like Multiverses should not be on here. I do
I
not
fucking hate
care.
that there.
I
No.
do not care if the DLC
If
now
it fucking
is.
wins again, then
Yeah, I
that's
just.
gonna cause more of a shitstorm than Air Tree.
Yeah, I just. Like no, I just.
Fuck Warner Bros. Just in
Like
general.
Warner Bros. In general. Like, yeah. Best
put 'em on here.
RPG. This is a little more interesting. For the best game designed with rich player character customization. Customization! And progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. Okay. Dragon's Dogma, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor Refantasio. So, I don't... Okay, for the life of me, I do not know why Elden Ring and Like a Dragon are on here, on this ballot. I get, again, they're DLC, but still too biased.
No. Sozo. Okay, no, Sozo. I'm gonna correct you on one thing. Elden Ring, that is DLC. Like again, that's Yakuza 8. it's literally an entirely brand new game.
Okay, I retract my statement for Like a Dragon. But what the fuck is Elden Ring doing here? You won already. Alright? You won already with a meme. You won already and you got a meme out of it. You don't need it. Now, personally,
People are saying the exact same thing for the Game of the Year side. No one knows why it's fucking here.
Yeah. Personally,
Yeah.
while I would like either Metaphor or Yakuza to win, I personally think it might go to Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
I think it's realistically it's Final Fantasy or Metaphor.
Yeah.
I like Infinite Wealth is a fantastic game, but Metaphor's got obviously the average, it's got a much, from what I've heard, it's got a much better story. It's got obviously the, Atlas prestige in that, and being, from the same team that made Persona, the most beloved Persona games, FF7 Rebirth,
it's Square Enix,
really
and
ambitious and well loved.
time and time again, and you can ask anybody who is more deep into the Final Fantasy scene and everything, but Final Fantasy has consistently, generation after generation, been the hallmark of bench pressing consoles. This is the reason you should buy a console. And ultimately, I do feel like with the newest gen, that ultimately has kind of taken a back foot, but at the same time, still, it's Final Fantasy. I've
literally heard people say this is the best game in the series since Final Fantasy X came out.
Yeah.
It's that well loved.
Yeah, and Metaphor ReFantasio is just, it went from being one of the most divisive RPGs owned by Atlas and Sega, and one of the most praised RPGs by Atlas and Sega now. So, honestly, on my end...
God, I need to sit in and play it at some point.
Yeah, I would love to own this game and continue playing it after playing the demo, but on my end, Metaphor's got my vote.
I really love the characters, I really like the animation, and the story is just very intriguing. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. Also,
yeah,
Dragon's Dogma 2,
there.
There was a 1. That's my answer to that.
Hideaki Itsuno is fucking seething right now since you said that.
Good. That's one less loose end. Best action adventure for the best action adventure game.
I will skin you alive over Dragon's Dogma.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, Astrobot, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. Okay. Why the fuck is Outlaws on here? Next.
Good question.
So...
Probably because it's Ubisoft. They got Ubisoft privileges.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that company is taking a nosedive into bankruptcy. Anyway, I think, personally for me... It's gonna be between Astrobot, Silent Hill 2, and The Legend of Zelda.
Lost Crown actually
Honestly,
was
I'd
a
say
good game.
So did you ever play Metroid Dread when it came out?
Yeah.
It's Prince of Persia Metroid Dread Edition.
It might be that one where it gets an award, but it's just I'm just thinking I'm just thinking because it's again, it's a very beautiful game, Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, but at the same time, it's very stylistic, and it's also paired up against Silent Hill 2, a photorealistic game, and Legend of Zelda, a Nintendo game. It's kind
Honestly, I know you mentioned Outlaws. I don't know why Silent Hill 2 is in Best Action Adventure.
I don't know why either. Isn't that a survival? Isn't Silent Hill a survival horror game?
It literally is. Yeah, it's a survival horror. I'm pretty sure, as a nominee.
Yeah, I guess you can consider it action adventure in the loose term, but it's just this is an entirely different genre.
You're on an adventure, but that's all these games are on an adventure. That's the point of a fucking video game, unless you're playing fucking Picross.
Are we talking about our personal opinions or what we think would win? Those are different.
Either or. Because honestly, I feel like it is going to be between Astrobot, Silent Hill, or Legend of Zelda. It's gonna piss off a lot of people for Silent Hill. Nobody's gonna understand why for Star Wars Outlaws. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, I think it will come as a surprise to people for it to win, but not a disappointment. That's how I feel about that.
I'd be happy with Prince of Persia or Echoes of Wisdom winning personally.
Yeah.
I think it was done by Rayman Legends and Origins team as well. So
yeah,
it's got fucking.
as much as I favor Astrobot, I feel like, having it in the family section is fine, but it's the same with Legend of Zelda. Having it in the family section is fine, but it's just like, I don't know, I feel like there was better action-adventure games that came out this year that it's just like, that are more geared towards that. Like, I just feel like this is like, they didn't know where else to put these. That's where it feels like.
As a Silent Hill 2
Wukong's on
cultist,
here.
it should be survival horror. It should, then
Yeah.
remake sort of made it more action-ish.
Yeah, I do agree.
Where's Elden Ring?
Oh, for goodness sake.
You know what? It feels like the only one fitting, so I'm just gonna go with Prince of Persia. It feels like the only one befitting of it. Next to, I
Yeah.
know Legend of
Sure.
Zelda and Astrobot are here, but it's just like those are Nintendo games. I just chalk them up as being more for family friendly as opposed to being best action and adventure. You know?
Yeah, I love the PlayStation references in my Nintendo game.
Best action.
action
Okay,
game.
okay. Go back. Let's go back. Why have an action and adventure tag, and why have a best action game? Why?
Primarily on combat, I guess, so it's like less adventure focused.
Oh my god, then by that logic, dude, some of these games over here should be over here as well.
I mean,
Anyway, for the best
listen to
action
the-
game focused
yeah.
primarily on content,
Whatever.
Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer. Okay, I am taken aback of why Stellar Blade is not nominated for Game of the Year. It feels genuinely like a game that would be up there. That said, I mean, Black Myth Wukong, it's kind of hard to argue with that. Fuck Call of Duty. Helldivers 2, I mean that's fair. Warhammer 40K, sure.
I heard good things about that one, but like I've not heard too much about it since it released. So.
But still,
For the record, I'm only
Stellar
going to
Wukong.
be speaking from personal opinion.
that's fine. I don't really mind it too much. I feel like it might be either Black Myth or Stellar Blade on this.
Stellar Blade has more of a near vibe, so it's either this or Black Myth.
I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if Call of Duty wins anything at this.
Yeah, honestly, and considering that it's not really up on the list, I know it's probably just gonna go to Black Myth, but look, if Stellar Blade's nominated, it should be nominated and get an award, honestly.
It's best action game in my heart.
Best
not
VR
played it,
AR. For the best game experience playable in virtual augmented reality irrespective of platform. I don't have a VR headset, so I wouldn't even know.
One of these I've heard of is like
Yeah.
Arkham Shadow. I've not heard if it's good, but
Asgard's Wrath 2.
Give me a reason why.
Matthew fucking Mercer.
Alright, you know what? You make a compelling argument.
there it is. I can't argue with that.
I cannot argue that.
It's the first VR game that feels like a game, not an experience or tech demo.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that
there
really
is
did
also
Half-Life
that, but she also did pretty much do a convincing job with Matthew Mercer, so...
Also, damn Smug, you're gonna throw Half-Life Alyx in the dirt like that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Best mobile game.
Best mobile game for the best game playable on a device. AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon, Trading Card Game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zone Zero. Now, I would like Wuthering Waves to win after playing it for a bit, but I'm gonna be real here, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at this. I feel like Balatro might have a sweep.
Balatro or Zenless Zone
Ayo.
Zero?
Balatro or Zenless Zone Zero.
Royal Flush.
Wuthering Waves, when it came out, was big, but the hype around it has definitely died down. A lot more people are definitely on Zenless Zone Zero. So it's
And
probably...
God knows about the Pokemon trading card game. Don't know how people feel about that.
I mean, you could call in Thomas, but yeah, Zenless Zone
You
Zero.
mean Balatro has a royal flush? Fuck you, Obsidian.
Obsidian?
Oh, Sissy.
Ooh, you're calling me a big girl in a girl now? That's how it is. So that's why I'm talking about Elvis Presley.
Honestly, it's probably gonna either be Balatro or Zenless Zone Zero. I don't like, as much as I like Wuthering Waves, I
Probably.
just don't really think it's gonna take home the gold. I just don't. It's I don't know. It's a good enough. Here's the thing I can say about it. It's a good enough game where it doesn't need to rely on the Game Awards, but at the same time, I would like it to win. Honestly, fuck it. I know Zenless Zone Zero just came out, but also it's like Wuthering Waves. This is Kuro Games' first real big game outside of being just on mobile, so yeah, I kind of feel like, and this is also, again, it was like a big competitor for Genshin, so I really feel like it should at least have a chance.
You see, Balatro has a Persona 5 reference in it because there's a card that is called Joker. The devs must be big Persona fans. Don't mute me.
Best debut indie game. For the best debut game created by a new independent studio. Well, it says new independent, so I can't really get mad at that. Alright, I like Devolver Digital. I heard some real good things about Animal Well, but I 100% imagine...
Well, definitely...
I am 100% imagine Belatro's gonna get it.
Yeah, Bellator is definitely gonna get it. Me. It's definitely gonna be a Bellator sweep because it's very much popular.
Yeah, it's incredibly popular. It is like it's insane just how big the game has gotten to the point where now Hawkeye Star Rail is making its own Belatro game. Yeah, it's gonna be that. Like, as much as, like, I'm sure all of these games are good in their own right, but it's probably gonna be a Belatro. Okay, roll it back.
Huh.
Best debut indie game, sure. Best independent game.
Independent game.
Best indie game, basically.
Why would you have 2 nominations from the previous one on here then? Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. I'm just gonna put this out there. By all accounts.
Heck yeah!
That the way I thought of it was just like, when I first heard about Gris, which was the same studio that made this, I thought more so Neva was gonna be that. I'm pleased to, after playing this game, where it's just like, I got more of what I thought I was gonna get with Gris.
You mean you never thought you'd like it that much?
I will say Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is a fantastic video game.
Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. So I don't know why 3 out of 4 of these games are fucking on here. Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. These are not games from this year. Helldivers 2 I can give a pass on, because yeah. But all 4 of these games are not from this year. I don't know why. Like, and also community support. Like, again, like, you have a slew of different games you could pick from, and you went with the games that are still ongoing and still long running. And also, some of them, I think, have actually won awards, like Baldur's Gate 3. So,
yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 and No Man's Sky have definitely won, and 14 have all won games, won like awards before. Probably Fortnite as well.
Yeah,
I think.
Jayoff Kale isn't very smart. Have you seen how he dresses?
I'm going with Helldivers 2.
Yeah, mismatching shoes.
I'm going with Helldivers 2. I just...
Sure.
Yeah, alright.
Okay. Best
ongoing game. I think
okay,
that's like,
at least this makes some sense. Okay, at least this makes some sense. A word to the game for outstanding development for ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2. Okay, Diablo 4, not gonna win it. Destiny 2, I really hesitate to say. I really hesitate to say. It's kind of in a bad spot right now.
For a change of pace.
Which one of you drug-snorting crack addicts put Diablo 4 on here?
I can't necessarily give... I honestly, I'm just gonna have to say it, I don't think I can give Helldivers 2 the ongoing one, because this feels very much like games that have stood sort of the test of time and are still going to this day. Not games that just recently came out. So I don't think it's fair for Helldivers 2 in place of, at very least, Final Fantasy 14.
Honestly, I think it's either Final Fantasy 14 or honestly Fortnite, because that's and it's very popular, gets tons of support and updates and that,
Square. Square and Epic do have they have a number of times have had their games posted on the Game Awards a lot of times. There was that one year where just a Rocket League advertisement where they were collaborating with Ko-Fi Girl or Lo-Fi Girl, whatever the fuck.
It sounds boring, but Final Fantasy 14 should get it again.
Honestly, I know you're joking, but it's probably gonna be Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
That or just to piss off people, Helldivers 2 because it's new.
Yeah.
When I
just wrapped up a chapter where they had literal musical artists.
Games for Impact, a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, Tales of Kenzera Zao. Where is Dustbone? Is this a new game in Life is Strange? I thought that shit was old.
Yeah, it's a new game for Life is Strange.
Okay, alright. This is me by...
Hellblade 2 made me want to impact my face into a wall till I passed out.
So it was good. Anyway, Ninja Theory, and this is an EA game. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just gonna go with the game I've played out of this.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say Mario and Luigi Brothers should be on here. I don't know what it would replace, but it should be on here for some reason.
It might. I'm just gonna say it probably is gonna be Indica, because judging from the cover here, I imagine there is some pro-social meaning or message about a particular culture. Something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one I have no idea which one is gonna win, to be honest.
Yeah. Innovation and accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon's Age, The Veilguard, Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws. All of these suck. Oh, okay. I take that back. 4 of these suck.
Yeah, you leave my boy Prince of Persia. You leave the Prince of Persia.
Okay, I retract my statement. I revise it. 4 of these suck.
Thank you.
At innovation and accessibility. Really? This is the best you got? This is the best you got? I hate...
You
can't even play Diablo 4 offline.
Yeah! You can't! Fucking... Oh my
Diablo
god!
3 can do that on consoles.
You know what? Fuck it. Prince of Persia. You're the only one to get that. Fuck it. I don't care. Best performance. Award to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture. Brianna White in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hannah Tell in Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Don't know.
Humbly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2. Melina Jurgens in Hellblade 2. Okay, so let's look up some of these people before I immediately make a choice.
I will say Brianna is Aerith in that, and Luke Roberts
Brianna White was good as Aerith.
James Sutherland.
Okay.
I don't know about the other 3.
And like I said before, why is Star Wars Outlaws here?
I don't know.
I don't deny.
I will say I don't think I should put that on. I don't think I would put the voice performance necessarily on the quality of on the quality of the game.
Product itself. Yeah, that's something that can be separate from the actual.
That's not a firestorm that she should endure. It's like getting mad at Laura Bailey for The Last of Us 2.
Understandable.
Yeah, it's just...
We're getting mad at any actor in that's in a product that happens to be
the main character...
I was just generally asking a question. Sorry.
Yeah, no. It's fine.
Honestly, if anyone, this is the most... Of any category that Star Wars is in, this is the most fine one for it to be in.
Yeah.
Outlaws felt like 2 different teams were making a game and only one team was aware they were supposed to actually try.
Dear God, this game is 10 hours long.
That has nothing to do with the voice actors, by the way. Just was saying is all.
Well, I'll be damned. I didn't know you were a criminal mastermind, Miss Caulfield.
There's a lot you don't know about me.
Truly, is nothing easy? How do we get around that?
I'm not despairing yet. Let me take a look. Oh yeah. Easy peasy.
Sure about this?
Positive.
She sounds fine.
Yeah.
No, like not as like pretty inoffensive. She sounds fine. I am interested. So let's see.
You were just like him, and it wasn't your face or your clothes. It was you. The way you walked, the way you carried yourself. Whenever I looked at you, I saw him. But you're not him. And that's okay.
Honestly, pretty damn good. Not gonna lie.
Yep.
I can see why people like her. I know it was my idea, but do we want to stay all day on this, or should I just pick?
Ben Starr was not on this. Fucking rigged. Okay.
All in favor of just me picking and going on to the next one, say aye.
Aye.
No opposed. The ayes have it.
There's only like one eye.
Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design: Astrobot, Call of Duty, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga Hellblade, and Silent Hill 2.
I think this is different from like best score. I think it's worth saying.
Yeah, this is audio and sound design. Like the
Foley, how well like incorporates it. You know, sound effects, all that fun stuff.
In that case, I'd have to give it to Silent Hill 2.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That seems like a fair choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Choice.
Lamau get fucked Black Ops. You know. You gotta get that.
I mean, I'll obviously get fucked Black Ops. Best score
Oh,
music.
speaking of-
Here we go. For outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and/or licensed soundtrack, Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Fantasio, Silent Hill 2, and Starblade. Okay, so
FF7 Rebirth is a really nice soundtrack.
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII
Can't confirm.
Remix soundtrack.
Muteki Funk, it's called.
And I know Sozo has nothing but good things to say about Metaphor's soundtrack.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, kudos. You get my taste. That's actually that's a bop. That's a bop.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! What'd I do?
You killed the string.
I bopped too hard. Bopped so hard it broke the street.
Okay, so Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I know the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack alright, but anyone have a particular track I should listen to?
I was gonna say the Mount Corail battle theme. Trust me, it'll make sense.
I just let lie down.
It deserves
Okay,
something,
alright,
at least.
that's good. That's good. So 2 already starting off pretty damn strong. That's 2 that's pretty good. And Metaphor Refantasio. I'll just pick one.
Yeah, you can. I've not played it yet, so you just. pick
Yeah,
your
I
pick from
got
that
this.
one.
I got this. That's good. That's good. I like that. Okay, next is Silent Hill 2. Any preferences?
Ooh. All right, Obsidian, you're up.
Type in the theme of Laura. That's like the most well-known song from it.
Yeah.
Like the.
That was like
remake
literally one of the
version, yeah.
first ones that came up.
Makes sense. That's like it's like the Silent Hill 2 song. It's like
Yeah, I would just like there's
One
like a
like an
few
angel.
different versions here. I'm just gonna go with the most popular one and hear it. My only complaint about that is that that's not in DMC5. And then for everyone unaware, this is what I'm talking about. Entirely, it sounds straight up like that should be just in DMC.
Yeah, hearing them one after the other, I can definitely hear it.
Yeah. And then last we got Stellar Blade. Any particular preference?
Honestly, surprised me because I've played the demo, but the music didn't catch on. But then again, I just played the demo. I honestly forgot the game came out until recently.
Well, that's not a good sign. All right.
Honestly, it's not even on fault of a shift up or anything. It was like, oh, I want to get this, but then Black Myth Wukong was a thing.
Right.
So it's not even their fault. So it just surprised me.
Like a low price.
Then I remember it was made by the same people that do Nikkei, so...
I don't know. Okay, because here's the thing, right? Yeah, Stellar Blade, not exactly the best. Silent Hill 2, I like the song, just wish it just doesn't seem like Silent Hill 2 to me. It seems like Devil May Cry to me. That's the thing.
I feel like if this would be original theme of lore, it might have hit a lot differently.
Astrobot, pretty damn funky. I like the score that they got for that. Final Fantasy VII, also pretty hype. Bubbles!
Honestly, between those four, these three, because it's rather difficult to pick. Because we all got our biases.
Yeah. I gotta be honest here. In regards to what I think will win, it's probably going to be Final Fantasy VII. And the reason for that being is because that whole game has an entire catalog of a soundtrack. Like, it's insane.
Ooh.
It's a massive bunch of remixes and original songs based off of one of like the most beloved JRPG soundtracks of all time.
Yeah. I at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of this doesn't matter because so many of them can win. So honestly, I'm just going to go with my own preference.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. For a change of pace.
Time for a change of pace.
Okay, best art direction for outstanding creative and/or
man.
technical development in artistic and animation. Astrobot, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Metaphor, and Neva. Why fuck Elden Ring here? But next to that, gonna be honest, it is probably either going to be Black Myth or Metaphor, and I'm probably thinking it's Black Myth.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Black. It's definitely gonna be Black Myth.
Yeah, like 100%. If it was my case, never, absolutely. But it's just like keeping in mind of like the particular bias, because these guys, like Game Awards, is very biased towards photorealistic games. That's the thing, or at the very least, games that
generally
whose style is very reminiscent of photorealism.
That's the question for the entire awards. Why is Elden Ring here?
Why is it in so many categories?
The reason
like, best
why I
ongoing
want
game,
to
and that's it.
for art direction. Because I already know, so I was like, you're probably never going to play this game, so you don't mind, right?
I mean, go off, I don't care.
But yeah, it's mainly, honestly, I wanted to win Best Art Direction, not for the photorealism, but it's strictly for the end of chapter animations. Smug will know what I'm talking about. In fact, I can send you a thing right now if you want.
Yeah. I mean, you say that I'll never play it, but I mean, it's just like, it's not that I don't have any intention to play Black Myth. In fact, I would love to play it. It's just like a game that beautiful is gonna run a lot of my machines into the fucking ground. That's the thing.
My babies are dying on me. It's mainly for the end of chapter animations that each one has. They're beautiful, and I know you'd love them.
Honestly, I probably would, but considering that I have not yet to play Black Myth, I gotta go with my own particular gut here.
Yeah, go with your guy. Ah, who died?
Well, bye, Smug. Yeah, it's Neva. Like, anybody who hasn't yet, I would recommend watch my playthrough of Neva. It's one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. So for best narrative, for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game, we have Final Fantasy VII, Like a Dragon and Infinite Wealth, Metaphor Refantasio, Senua Saga, and Silent Hill. Oh, that is tough. That is tough because on one hand, Metaphor, on the other hand, Silent Hill, on the other hand, Final Fantasy VII. That's fucking tough.
Out of all of them, I've seen... No, yeah, you're right. No, that is a tough
Yeah,
one.
that's actually... Silent Hill's the weird one, because it's the same story from 2001, but, you know...
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, don't fix what ain't broke, right? I mean, it's kind of like getting mad at Resident Evil 4 for being the same story. It's just like... It's Resident Evil 4.
I will say Infinite Wealth is generally considered to have... Like, it's not a bad story, it's just considered to have one of the weaker narratives in the series by a lot of the fans. Like, it's just, you know, if it was Yakuza Like a Dragon, then I'd go for that one, like, in a, you know, fucking heartbeat. But
yeah.
Infinite Wealth's like half good, half bad, story-wise. Or half lacking, I guess, is more accurate.
Well, you know my bias about Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, and my bias is on Metaphor because it's just it's not even that the director of this was on Persona. It was that this was like the director's opportunity to do something else other than Persona, and that's what they went with. And I'm just like, this is personally why I'm for Metaphor. It's just like Final Fantasy VII. You already had like you already showed your cards with the remake when it first came out. And the Rebirth continued, and you showed even more of what you could do. Metaphor is completely like this is a new step into something different, and that's why I'm just like that's where I feel my personal bias is. I honestly gotta go with Metaphor.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. We have Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, and Metaphor. Why the fuck is Elden Ring here? But other than that...
Here.
Oh, man.
It is...
Talking about game direction. Astrobot, Balatro...
I mean, it's such a well-made platform. It's like
Final
such a well-made
Fantasy,
platform.
Metaphor. Like, this is... Alright, I'm probably gonna have to say Metaphor might not win this one, because it is very much akin to a pretty atypical JRPG in a lot of ways. Like, I guess, it doesn't really... Here's the thing. Metaphor regarding the formula of JRPGs, it doesn't necessarily do anything incredibly innovative. It's a nice change of pace if you're a fan of, like, Atlas games, sure. But it definitely has... It's reminiscent of a lot of other games before it, is the thing. Not just Persona. But Astrobot is a really great fucking platformer with outstanding art direction. And then you got Black Myth Wukong and Balatro, and even Final Fantasy. It's just like... Considering the awards, I would probably have to say... Personally, I think it might be a three-way tie between Astrobot, Balatro, and Final Fantasy.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think that's... I'd agree with that, to be honest, because like Final Fantasy absolutely has like the scale side of it as well. Just, you know, making this... It's genuinely one of the biggest game worlds I've ever experienced in an RPG.
Yeah. Honestly... Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it to that. It's probably like I would be like the one thing that's gonna piss me off out of all of this is if Elden Ring actually gets awards. That's the biggest thing that will piss me off.
Why is Elden Ring here?
I don't know. Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Now, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII, and Metaphor. Now, generally speaking, I 100% believe it is like, as much as I am for Final Fantasy VII, I gotta say it's probably going to be a tie between Balatro and Black Myth.
Ooh.
I just got that feeling.
Exact same selection.
I just got that feeling where it feels like it's gonna be one of the two. I'm aiming on Black Myth because like it has a really good tie to photorealism, and I'm aiming on that. But also Balatro because of just how big of a fucking game it is. But also, yeah, like you were saying, these are the exact same fucking.
They are the exact same.
Okay, they're the same picture.
Corbin wants you to find a difference between these two
It's the same picture. Oh my fucking god.
I've not played Metaphor, so I kind of have to go with like Rebirth or Astrobot, but I'm probably gonna go for Astrobot if you held a gun to my head.
I could see that 100%. Arashi, you were saying?
Yeah, between Balatro and Black Myth, I want to give it to Black Myth mainly. Yeah, not just for the realism, but the fact that they managed to for Game Science's first game, they managed to set the bar as high as they did.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be pissed if it gets snubbed on anything.
Yeah, let's not have a repeat of Spider-Man 2, okay? But 100%, I feel like it's aiming towards Black Myth, honestly. I'm just thinking they're probably gonna go for Balatro in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they probably will.
Honestly, though, I'm just gonna go with Black Myth.
Yeah, same. Come on, monkey.
Hello, monkeys!
I will say, God, imagine what's going to happen if Elden Ring fucking wins it. Like, I know you said it before, but seriously, why the fuck is it like not just in every category?
I have no fucking idea why it is on.
When you need to literally own a different game to fucking play it.
Yeah. Like, I was under the impression,
Like,
before we started this,
yeah.
like, this is why I like doing, like, Discord calls with shit like this. I was under the impression that the Like a Dragon game was a fucking DLC or expansion, but considering that you said, no, this is an entirely new game, pretty much a sequel, more or less, it's like, okay, yeah, I get why it's here, but Elden Ring, no, I can't give a pass to that.
God, I knew they were biased, but where the fuck is Nikke?
Funny in a weird way, Sozo, because right before Infinite Wealth came out, they made another game called, Like a Dragon Guide, and it's just like the one little action spin-off game. And that originally was a DLC thing for Infinite Wealth that was planned, but then they got into its whole other game that released before it. So you're almost right with that, at least part of it.
Yeah.
I'm spending all my time for what you want. Take me round the streets in the night.